Hello,
Go.
audience. Welcome to the Jimmy and Ben Show. Today, we are interrogating Finn for his crimes against society.
Hello.
So, Finn, my understanding of your entry into brick filming land is kind of like with Ace Brickman Jr. and all that. Do you have like stuff that you've made before that? Or is that like the first thing you did?
That's the first major project I had that actually got people to start noticing, I guess.
To start giving you attention.
Attention, yes. Now obviously it wasn't just for attention, but you know,
I noticed first thing you ever posted was Ozog's surprise.
yes. That was the first thing I posted on YouTube. I think that was the first thing I made when I got like my first DSLR camera. I made videos, I think I was like 8 when I first started.
Oh, that's pretty early.
It was. And
Did
then
you did you have like a mobile device then, or
yes. So I had a no, I was using a mobile device. I used the app on PicPac. I don't know if you've heard of it,
Oh yeah,
I have
but I
not?
used
oh, yeah.
that.
I used that too
Yeah, it was actually pretty
when I
good.
first started. Besides the
Ver-
watermark, the horrendous PicPac watermark.
yeah, but that's before I started doing YouTube anyway, so I didn't really I didn't really care that much. But that's why I
hmm
first started doing them. And like a couple years later, my dad downloaded Dragonframe for me, and I got like this really cheap webcam. It wasn't like one of those like nice like Logitech ones. It was a really cheap one, super grainy. I used that for a
Was
while,
it?
and then a couple of years later, like a year or two later, my dad helped me save up and buy a DSLR. And then, I don't know, I just kept on making videos. Then eventually I stopped for a little while, then made the Ace Brickman Jr. thing. And then from there, I just started just increasing in my skill level and popularity, I guess, though I'm not too, popular or anything.
I think it's interesting that you started with lighting and cinematography and VFX before you started to work at actual animation. I feel like a lot of beginners nowadays who actually stick with it are overly focused on animation itself and put aside story and cinematography. So, why do you think you went that direction?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's not that I didn't try and focus on. I likes the look of having, I guess, more glamorous things, and obviously VFX. Brotherhood Workshop. I always grew up watching him, and then obviously his videos are always so packed with like VFX and things, and I always thought that was really cool.
hmm
What were you doing VFX in on Ace Brickman Jr.? Were you using hit film or what?
I would get, for the most part anyway, I would get like stock footage from ProductionCrate. They have a lot of really good stuff that's free,
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
usually for things like gunshots or explosions or whatever. That's pretty much just what I used. ProductionCrate. Yeah,
Yeah. Free internet things are always nice, for sure.
free. Yes.
What inspired you to make Peculiar Punks?
So I got into watching like Quentin Tarantino films a lot, and I guess it was sort of inspired by that. But obviously, I wanted to make it more Christian than Tarantino films are. But I don't know. I like the look of like gangster films and like almost like retro kind of things. And I wanted to make like a long like not well, I guess sort of like epic film that kind of outdid anything else I'd ever done.
You achieved your goal for sure. In
Awesome,
in my
thanks.
in my in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I
That's
can
good.
see the Tarantino vibes. I haven't like seen any of his films in full, but I can definitely see how some of the shots and whatnot are similar to Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
hmm
I actually used some of the same kind of music that was used in
Mm-hmm.
a couple of movies, I think.
Yeah, congrats on being featured on Bricks in Motion featured Brick Films of the Month.
That actually wasn't the first one that got featured. The first one was the Gorilla Lego short film. That was the first one that got featured in it. And then Room 36 got featured in it.
Oh,
And
nice.
Western Privilege got featured in it. And then Peculiar Punks. I think Peculiar Punks did.
I know. I feel like just the thing that has always stood out to me about your thing. It's just like the lighting primarily.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that a lot.
So where do you get kind of the inspiration for those sorts of things, and what physical methods do you use to pull it off?
So I mean, I don't think the lighting's usually bad or anything, but I really don't use anything fancy. I use a desk lamp, and I use a few like mini like LEDs that are like stuck in Lego bricks.
Bricklight?
Yeah, those brick light things, and sometimes a few other little small lights. Sometimes I'll even use like a flashlight, which is definitely not consistent light beam.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Because it,
I
it,
don't
it
know.
does it does flicker a lot.
I think it depends on how good the physical connections are in a flashlight, because theoretically if it's running on batteries then it's DC, so it's going to flicker less than something that's plugged in to the wall if it's actually like sturdy and all the connections are tight.
True.
Yeah, but as far as like inspiration, I don't really know. Again, I always did have a lot of inspiration from Brotherhood Workshop, but I guess just other brick films in general, also other movies in general. And besides that, I'll just go off of what I think looks good, and I'll try and go for a certain thing. I'll try and achieve it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to like create a certain shot, what is your mindset of how do you decide what you want it to look like?
Well, usually I don't. A lot of people draw like storyboards and things. I don't do that. I'll have it in my head. I don't know. I'll just have an image on my head, and then I'll start off with the set first, and then I'll bring in the lighting afterwards, and I'll position how it is. It nearly never actually turns out exactly how you think it's gonna turn out in your head.
Pros and cons to, trying to like improvise it and then also doing a storyboard.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've tried to use storyboards. I still use a script obviously, but I try and use
Yeah.
storyboards. It just doesn't really. I don't know. I like doing things on the spot because then you can get things that you didn't really expect that you end up having.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, I think
But yeah, no,
storyboarding is very important if you're doing a like collaborative animation,
yeah, no,
like
for sure.
some Leica or Aardman thing where you got all these people who are coordinating, but when you have like one person or two people vision going on, you don't necessarily need to know every shot. And if you're like trying to religiously stick to a storyboard, then you might not find a certain angle that would have been better.
Yeah, and in the script, I will, I'll type in, sometimes like how what angle the camera's supposed to be at or how it's supposed to move or whatever. But usually I won't draw a storyboard. I usually don't find it personally for me necessary. You're right. If you're doing it as a group, then it is better. So you have one collaborative idea. But if it's just one person, then as long as you have it kind of you can remember what it's supposed to be, then usually you're good. But it depends from person to person.
Yeah, like for THAC this year, I pretty much didn't have any vision at all going into it, which probably wasn't the best for THAC for time management skills. I felt like that gave me more creative freedom with the cinematography and the camera angles in the set to just to be able to build that and then have the film be inspired off of what you create rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're allowed to like bring up our own stuff, right?
Sure, if
Yeah.
you
Because we were talking about storyboards, and I was gonna say that I used a storyboard for my film Unhinged Patient. Only two shots out of the whole film was improvised, like the beginning and the end.
yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
Brickmaster, I'm sorry, Finn, you saw Unhinged Patient, right? Or no?
I do not remember to be honest. How long ago was it released?
Like 3 weeks ago, according to
3 weeks ago?
YouTube.
No, I haven't watched that one yet. I've been busy. I will watch it after this though. What's it
Thank you,
about exactly?
Ben. I'm gonna let you explain if you want,
Okay.
because I wanna hear your interpretation of it.
It's very psychological, if you will. It's shot in a way that like kind of intentionally feels like a scary level of closeness to everything, and it's a clinical psychologist and a patient essentially.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna like spoil it, but it's got some spicy conflict.
So
Oh,
nice.
That's why I let you explain things, because you're better at it than me.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, no, I'll give it a watch.
Give me some constructive criticism, if you will.
Yeah, sure. Actually, right now I can see it has 420 views.
Don't know. I don't know how that happened.
Also, it's a live action though, or it's not a brick film.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I've been getting more into live action recently, ever since I got my mirrorless camera.
Yeah, no, I do want to try and get into that at some point in time, but obviously it is a bit harder, or not harder, but it takes a different like skill sets and different environments in order to create.
Yeah. Personally, I find it easier.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're making one by yourself and not with other people, but if you have like a whole group of people, like it's really hard. Everyone has different ideas, and arguments might arise on conflicting ideas.
no, yeah, no, for sure. It was about a year ago, or a little over a year ago. Me and a few friends were gonna make like some like live action film together.
Oh
And
yeah.
it took like a couple months, and then we were all like brawling it out because one guy wanted swearing in it, and I was like, I don't really want to be a part of that. He was really bent on having swearing in it, and then that broke out some fights, and then we ended up not doing it.
Yeah. I've had the failed live action project experience as well.
Something
What'll
similar happened to me, where the one of the characters we're supposed to just have like a dumping story, like he has like diarrhea, and it was swearing. There's swearing in it, and I really didn't want that, so kind of an argument kind of broke out there, but I kind of just let it happen, because if I was just gonna be stuck on that one thing, then we never would have continued. What have you been able to enter THAC this year, or if you tried?
If I tried, well, I think I was away on like a retreat or something that day.
Oh, like a
I would have,
Christian camp retreat?
yeah, like a winter one. It was on the 7th of January.
Oh, okay.
Also, I do work Saturdays as well, like all day.
My
So
my boss texted me and said, "Hey, you want to work 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. or whatever?" And I was like, "No, I have to make a Lego movie."
Giga chat.
Wait, are you talking about when THAC happened?
Yeah,
Where do you work?
grocery store.
Which one exactly? You
Where
don't
is
say.
it? I will meet you there tomorrow, behind
What
the
hours
back
do you
alley.
work?
It's actually the one by Finn's house. I teleport up to there every time I work.
Wait, what? Wait, y'all
Yeah,
y'all live in
Now
the same
everything makes
state?
I
sense.
work at Finn's local grocery store. I teleport a couple 100 miles all the time.
And you're telling me you guys don't hang out in real life?
I'm actually like a villain from The Flash. I can teleport unless someone runs really fast in my presence, and then I lose my powers because of science.
Because of science.
Sure, bud. Sure, bud. Keep telling yourself that.
He's like the toy from Toy Story.
So, Finn, looking back on your YouTube history, I do see like
My YouTube history?
no, not your watch history, your publication history.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I feel like I do see kind of like a period where you focus more on your animation. Like after Bohemian Rhapsody, you have a couple of things with thousands of views that were animation based. You did a couple of meme things, and then you went back to, or really started the
Hey,
cinematography legacy.
we don't talk about those.
We don't talk about what?
The meme videos.
Those were not as much as a passion thing. It's more just a thing. If you do something that's popular, you're bound to get a ton of views.
I'm gonna say, what was like the transition from those shorter things that seemed to be like algorithm gaining versus switching into these more earnest storytelling short films with cinematography and everything that were more liked amongst Bricks in Motion world?
Yes, well, I'm on my channel right now. I'm just kind of looking through. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the transition was. I guess I was trying to kind of find like my happy place and what really worked best, obviously. So I kind of jumped around a little bit. I made a few like meme things, a few things that were more animation based to try and grow on that. I made some random Hershey's Kisses commercial.
The first time that my mind was like blown with your stuff was Gorilla, I don't know.
Gorilla.
Yeah. I remember when that came out, I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, actually, that one I think Edbound actually saw that in like one of his streams,
Oh, nice.
which
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I was pretty stoked about that. He was doing like an animation stream, and then he was randomly brought it up. It's actually on like my secondary channel.
Yeah,
Like
I think I saw that.
The first time I was blown by your animations was obviously with Peculiar Punks, because I think that was the first full brick film I saw of you.
a lot of people saw that one, but didn't even obviously I wanted that one to be my 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 Mona Lisa,
Magnum
my best,
opus.
like magnum opus.
And my earbuds just died, so you're gonna have to mute this part whenever you guys are talking.
Okay.
Yeah. Editing is so fun.
Movie magic.
I'm gonna be honest, I like sound design, but I hate editing like long bits of audio.
It gets grueling after a while, yeah.
Yeah, it's
when you're
pretty
just going
tedious.
through cutting it. When you're just going through cutting out all the ums and ahs.
Like, and that's the point when you realize that how much you say and you're just like, why?
For like the first 10 minutes, you have a hard time like getting into it, and then after like 30 minutes, you're like into it, and you're going super fast, and then after an hour, you're just like burnt out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when editing like the audio or Ace Brickman Jr. or whatever, I would go through and I would cut out or mute all the parts that are like or random like breathings and everything. But I remember accidentally sometimes cutting out the end of words as well.
Yeah.
Like if you say stop, there's like a P at the end, and I would see the P and I would think that would be some random like noise, so I cut that out.
Pop filters are a salvation.
Well, even with a pop filter, you still hear like little noises at the end of each word that are actually still important to the word.
That's true. Yeah, there is like quieter things that don't necessarily show up on the little visualization that video editors give you. Cutting too soon on audio is a thing.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Me?
E.
What?
You guys still hear me?
Yes.
T.
Uh,
He caught us.
I could tell immediately. It just sounds so fake. Like it sounds almost like you're gagging after you see something disgusting. Like taking a fat dump.
So Finn, where do you see your filmmaking journey as far as where you are now and where you're headed?
I used to. Well, I guess every brick filmer at some point in time wishes that is their career someday. I used to think that, and I used to want that to be true. I don't think that'll ever be my career, like how I earn money and everything. I think from now forward, I'll still make them once in a while, and not nearly as frequent as I used to.
Yeah, but here and there.
Yeah, here and there.
Here and there, you'll just post another ETH roll.
There you'll end up. Someday I'm gonna have to stop eventually. When you have a family or whatever, you can't keep on doing that. You gotta concentrate on things that are, more important. But I'll still try and keep going occasionally as long as I have inspiration.
Yeah. One thing I would suggest you do, if you do want to make money from brick filming, make a Fiverr account. Or did you already do that?
I do not have a Fiverr account now.
Okay. Because you can make the price whatever you want. So Joshua Vennetti, like he has his prices like into the thousands and hundreds, like.
But he
holy
can
cow.
charge that because he has really nice stuff to show off.
True, but then again, it's way too high in my opinion.
How does that work? Is it like a brick film, like NFT, or how do you make money off of it exactly? I've never used Fiverr before.
Fiverr is basically where you can do anything for people as long as it's like some sort of product.
Oh, okay. So I see.
Digital.
I see. But usually when brick filmers go and switch doing all like commercialized brick films things, usually they stop actually posting on their own channel and making their own stuff. Like Brotherhood Workshop, he used to post all the time. That's how he made money. and then he started making everything for like the Lego group, and then he stopped
Yeah.
posting like completely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's
True.
still had a couple things recently, but
Yeah, no. Recently, he's been making them now and then, but it's not really the same. I don't know. For 13-year-old me, that was super tragic.
Oh yeah.
Now, obviously, I don't really care that much.
Yeah, I think the
Yep.
same goes for people like Mind Game and Forest Fire, who were the YouTube kings back in the day, and
Yeah.
went on to continue doing animation as whatever projects. I don't think I'm gonna continue in the animation route. I think I'm more likely to have a job in like editing or something.
No, no, Ed, I'm gonna miss you.
Oh gosh. Random thought.
I mean, I hope you will. I hope you will still make another brick film eventually.
Maybe. I'm hoping to train my brother over the next couple of months and pass the baton off to him and see if he can make
Pass the
anything
legacy.
good. That's my goal. I don't know if he'll
Yeah.
be up for it or not, or if he'll just want to continue playing Legos.
You're just playing with okay.
Because I'm 18, I'm going off to college when school year comes, so
Are you a senior?
indeed.
Right.
I have like 5 months to get my brother interested. Because I have a Dragonframe license. That's a valuable thing.
Wait.
I mean, if you can't get him to never mind.
I was waiting for Jimmy to say that.
Really? You expected it?
Oh, I intended it.
Oh,
Yeah.
spicy.
But we'll see how it goes if he wants to accept that. And I've fantasized about making like a little vlog series about it on the Garbage channel. So if I have time in my life, then there might be something like that.
How often do you spend on social media?
I probably spend a lot of time on YouTube. I don't really use other social media beyond that. I use Reddit just as a place, pretty much as a comment section for podcasts that I listen to. And I use Discord to talk to you guys. I don't really have like Instagram and TikTok and any of those endless scrolling things. I think if I did, it would ruin my life.
However, YouTube Shorts does have that endless scrolling thing.
Oh heck, yeah. I blocked
actually have,
YouTube Shorts
like-
on my computer. It was so bad. My
Yeah. No, I never.
Every once in a while, I'll just wake up and go to YouTube, and then I'll just see like a short with an interesting thumbnail, and then I'll scroll for like a minute, and I'll be
4
like,
hours later.
no, I catch myself ahead of time. Okay, I know what they be doing. Okay, I'm not dumbfounded.
Don't take the blue pill. As far as social media, YouTube's really the only thing I have, and even then, I have it deleted on my phone actually, because I realize it sucks up so much of your life. I still have it like on on a laptop and things.
Do you have Snapchat by any chance?
I used to, but actually I got rid of that as well.
All right, we're getting off topic here.
Society.
Talking about Snapchat instead of you.
Jimmy, we live in a society.
We live.
We
in
need to
society.
accept this.
We live in a society.
I knew you would do that.
Okay, pal.
I can't go
Okay,
one
sure you
Discord
did.
call without you turning into the Joker.
You want me to turn into someone else?
No.
Oh, because I do have other people in mind.
Whatever that. Don't the foot lettuce guy. The other thing you always do.
How do you remember that? That's what I was just thinking. That I annoyed one of the people in my drama class while doing that.
Is your drama class like putting on a play?
No, we're up to this point. We've still just been doing tableaus and playing games nonstop, like
Oof.
because our teacher just really likes to play games with us.
Yeah. I've had that experience.
You've had drama?
Yeah. Homeschool co-ops, my friend. You'll never understand.
You know any early to late 2000s brick filmers inspired you?
I know Jonathan Vaughn did a bit. I liked his style of animation.
Jonathan
Jonathan
who?
Vaughn.
Hashtag where is melting point?
Melting Point. Yes.
Give it now.
Oh,
I think-
so you're talking about Jonathan the Vandegrift or
Vennetti. I thought it was Vaughn.
that.
It's Vaughn.
But no, I didn't really watch a ton of brick films from the early 2000s. Yes?
Mr. Vaughn, if you're listening to this, please make Melting Point.
Please.
You just had to switch passions halfway through. Like,
I know. Like, imagine all the people who donated to the cause of Melting Point. Never even got to see the finished
Yeah.
product. Like, that'd be so depressing.
Sue him.
like, did he get any charges for that?
I doubt he would. I don't think he had any, like, official, like, sponsors or...
I don't know if he ever paid people back or not.
He just straight up left. Really left with the money.
His entire brick filming career was just a ruse in order to make a Kickstarter campaign for a movie that he'd never finish.
Hmm?
When Jonathan Vaughn was 13 years old, he's like, I think I'm going to start making Lego movies so that when I get really good, I can tell people I'm going to make a feature so they give me money, and then I'll run away to a desert and become a writer instead.
That's honestly genius, though.
I don't know how you guys figured it out, but that is me.
Oh no!
Gas.
Except I'm not running to a desert. I'm gonna go to a like closed storage area in a fresco, and I'm gonna write there.
Interesting. To each their own.
You guys know what fresco is?
Frisco. Is it a gas station?
Yeah. No, it's a grocery store.
I was close.
Oh, that's right. You guys aren't in Canada.
No,
We're
we're
not
not
in
in
Canada. Grocery stores are less widespread than one would imagine. Like, you can drive like 2 states over and see a grocery store you've never heard of before, and everyone there is like, have you never heard of this?
True.
Though if you're Jimmy, 2 states over means halfway across the world, so...
2 provinces over.
And the whole
Wait, you're
and the
what
whole
do you
time there's
mean-
just
what do you
going to
mean
be snow and hockey teams.
And maple syrup stores, of course.
There's just a store that's just labeled maple syrup. No. What?
There is. I'm sure there is.
No.
In the timestamps, I'm going to name this part of the podcast, The Americans Team Up on the Foolish Canadian.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we went way off topic.
Yes.
If this was the world,
We did. I had a thought. I was like, maybe I should write some like question notes so that we don't go off topic. And then I didn't.
Well, are there any more questions?
Let's conclude by doing a definitive top 3 ranking of the wonderful Brickmaster Studio catalog.
why don't we list our favorite brick films as well? So number 1, Peculiar Punks. Okay, number 2, Western Privilege, and then number 3, Room 36.
Thanks. I'm proud of those
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, I think if I'm removing Peculiar Punks from the running, I would say Western Privilege, and then Restitutional Foe, and then Room 36.
Thanks. Anyway, but you said you want to mention our favorite brick films in general of all time as well.
Yeah.
I actually have like a playlist, like my 10 favorite brick
I
films.
also I have my favorite brick films, as in almost every brick film that I've watched.
Nice.
I'm trying to think of like a really good, like funny brick film. I don't know. For other ones, The Cleaners is obviously up there.
For sure.
What
Anything,
about Grace?
anything Twickabrick, anything Pongowl
What about Grace?
by Ozone.
No, Robinson Wood.
That one's pretty good.
I know I've seen that, but I'm not remembering it at the moment.
Is the one with the Phoenix badge.
Oh yeah, yes.
There's also there's copyrights like the Henriette and Edmond one, the French one.
It's Henri Raymond.
Henri and okay,
Dans
Henri
la piste
Raymond.
de plastique.
that's a classic.
Le
pretty good.
Petit. I'm actually gonna list some brick films now. I'm not gonna say they're my favorite. I'm gonna say they're good ones, like
Yeah.
Lego The Force Unleashed by Fancy Pants.
Ooh yeah,
Ooh,
that
yeah,
was good.
it's a classic.
It's been a while now. I should probably go soon because I have some stuff to do.
Wait, hold up, wait. What's your favorite brick film of all
Favorite
time?
brick from all time. I think it's still The Front by Twickabrick. That one's just really good. And the Revenge Song by Harry and Billy Brick. That one's really well done. Ben, what's yours?
That's tough.
There's so many good ones.
What, like-
I don't even know.
I'm trying to think of like what the one that has made me laugh the most is. That's what I'm trying to think of, because I feel like there's a lot of good comedy stuff out there that doesn't get talked about as much, but I'm having a hard time
Was it the oh, remember Taco Trouble?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Taco Trouble 2.
The Trial. That was a funny one for sure.
If we're talking about what made us laugh the most, I'm gonna go with Mighty Wanderers. But you can't do that.
That's I forgot about that. That's a good one.
Like I was like dying when I saw it, like for real.
But you can't
But I've-
do that.
But I've got your phone.
Finn, do you want to have any wise words to conclude the episode?
Keep brick filming. If you're not doing that, then do what you're passionate about, and don't let anyone stop you.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
That's good.
That's a wrap.
All right. Thank you for having me, guys.